powerful king, very holy king, pious king. But before he became so mighty, so much holy and pious, he was fighting with Muslims. Because Muslims also dominated India, they ruled over India for so many hundreds of years. And the Muslims, these Britishers, they also ruled for so many hundreds. Okay. When the man is divided, he becomes weak. And that's why, and who unites all of us, that is truth. And if you do not know truth, you will also always remain divided. And no need of enemy from outside. We are ourselves enemies. Some, yes. So to establish perfect bond within us, unity with us, establish brotherhood, there should be some unifying force. There should be something which can bind all of us together. So that Muslims were fighting with that king. And one day, it so happened, the army of the Muslim rulers were very big army. And the king was surrounded by the army of the Muslim ruler. And he just left the battlefield through some ways and means. But the Muslim soldiers were chasing him. So he thought that what to do? There are so many horses are chasing my horse. So maybe in olden time people used to ride on the horse, see, and they used to fight with sword, not like missiles today. That you sit in the China and push the button and it will come. And you sit in the Leningrad, Moscow and push the button with the button. Nowadays man has developed his brain only for destruction, okay? Only for turbulence. He has made the whole world turbulent, and now he is planning to go to the moon to establish colony. And what he will do there? He will also disturb the moon. Okay, this man has become so dirty, so ugly, that wherever he goes, he creates turbulence. He creates chaos. He has become so much demon, so much in separation. There is nothing to help. That's why Lord comes to protect us. He gives us so many things, so many fruitage are there to be eaten by us. Master brings for us. So that king, he saw on his way running, he was running on the horse, and he saw that there was a beautiful satsang going on the roadside. And there was a saint whose name was Tukaram. He was the disciple of Samarth Ram Das. In every age, there were masters. Every age. And the master is like sun. When the sun rises, there is no distinction and discrimination between Hindus and Muslims, between Christian and Jews and all these things. It shines over all of us, regardless of any difference. Does he create any discrimination? It is all for all of us. Okay. So in the same way, saints are like they are like sun. They takes away the darkness and puts everyone in the light of the Almighty Father, in the truth of, in the greatness of Almighty Father. Because why God has created us? That somebody should say Him that you are my Father. Somebody should understand how much great giver I am, that I always go on giving. And who crazy, my children, you do not pay back little bit gratefulness to me. Of course you should pay thank you, my Father. You have made me my dog. And science, high science made it. Tell me. This is also skin, this is also dog skin. But if you put something here, will it give you some taste? But the moment you put something here, so much taste. So much distinction is there in your body, so many organs are so subtle, so talented, so sensitive. Wow. Who has created? Who has created this supreme supercomputer? Tell me. Tell me. How can you pay back anything to God? What he likes that you should understand Him, should realize Him. You will make God true God. You will make His devotion, make His meditation, true meditation. True connection should be there. No disgruntlement, disgrace, do not hate anybody, or he's bad, he's good, no, but you try to be good and make others also good. All of us should be good in meditation, satsang and service. So satsang was given at the roadside, and the king just tied down the horse in some forest, little bit away, and sat down in satsang. Now, what he is watching from his own eyes, that hundreds of Muslim soldiers surrounded that satsang. They knew that Shivaji, that king, is somewhere here hiding himself. And Shivaji was also looking at them, but he did not look. He concentrated himself only to this satsang. And Tukaram was not knowing that maybe King Shivaji is here, and all these persons who are surrounding the satsang place, they are all soldiers. He did not know about all these things because he was so kind and so open in his heart. His satsang was flowing like a current, flowing current. And those Muslim soldiers, they watched very carefully, and Shivaji was also sitting in the same gathering, but they could not recognize him. They could not, and they returned back. And Shivaji thought that the gathering is also not so much. And I am sitting in front of all the soldiers. Everybody was looking at me, everybody knows me that I am a king. And they are chasing me. But why did they not chase me out? He immediately realized that there is a very great protective force protecting all the listeners, okay? This is called gateway of heaven. If you listen to satsang, the Lord of Death cannot touch you. Nobody in this world can do any harm to you. It is such a great fortification. Because it is the fortification of the master. Master of English? No. Master of maths? No. Master of missile? No. Master of divinity. Master of Godhood. Master of truth and spirit. How fortunate we are that we are talking about that. How fortunate I am, tell me, that I am talking to you about this. One day I was also like you. And I listened to satsang and I understood it, got knowledge, and to see that flint of knowledge had made me so much elevated under the shade and shelter of the master that I cannot explain to you. So you can be more than me because your potentially will help you. Okay? So the king realized how great this satsang is. That saved me. Everything was open. All the soldiers were looking at me, but they did not recognize who protected me. So he came to that saint after satsang was over. And since before that time, he had never listened to any satsang. It was an event. Okay? He was a very kind-hearted king. So he went to that saint and said, well, I like to accept you, my guru. He said that I am not your guru. You search, but find your guru, no problem. Then he said, no, I accept whoever you are. I was protected by your satsang, so you are my guru. I accept you. The saint said, you do not accept. If I am not guru, how can you accept the guru? Okay, you try to find out the guru. I am the saint of the master. I am a apostle. I am the messenger of the master. I know that, where the energy is coming from. And if you go on telling that I am the master, how a star can be sun? How the moon can be sun? The light of the sun is falling on the moon, and that's why it is reflecting the light. But the king did not listen. And in the morning time, he brought so many gold and diamonds to be presented to the master and gave him the more. Tukaram, that saint, was very simple-hearted man. He used to live in a hut, simple house, and his wife was there, and the wife said that, oh look, so much jewels, so much diamonds have come. So Tukaram said, I'm not going to accept that. Because he asked the king that if you like to have knowledge, go to the master. Go, master is Samarth Ramdas. He is the treasure house of divinity. He is the fountain source of divinity. He will give you knowledge. He will enlighten you. So he went to the master with all the presentation. And the master said, okay, if you like to have knowledge, you have to give up your whole kingdom to me. You give your whole to me, I will give my whole to you. Okay? Then the king was really very much eager because he practically realized that through some very, very great powers, grace, I was rescued, I was saved. And he had got a great confidence that really, really, if that saint has sent me to this master, he will be very, very great one. So he said, my Lord, if you are giving me knowledge of self, knowledge of truth, knowledge of eternity, knowledge of God, what can be greater than that? What all these kingdoms are? So many kingdoms are in this world. So many kings came and were buried in the grave. And who took even a single penny? Did somebody took with him? Did? No, nothing. So he said that everything is yours, no problem. You take this key, all the kingdom is yours. Then Samarth Ramdas was very much pleased seeing the dedication of the disciple like that king. And he gave him knowledge because he was so much confident about that knowledge, so much confident about master. The moment he got knowledge, he realized, he went into the truth, he jumped into the truth because he was very much ready. A man who can denounce whole of his kingdom, because devote all the kingdom to the master, how eager he can be, you can imagine. Okay? We are not king. So then the master gave him knowledge and he understood it. And he said, my Lord, I am your servant. I will serve you. Then the Guru said, the master said, now I am returning this kingdom to you. Being my servant, being my caretaker for the kingdom, you rule the kingdom. It is my command. Okay? Now, those kings were, those persons were like that, said they did not have any ego. They knew from the depth of their heart, from the depth of their consciousness, that my kingdom, my everything belongs to the master. And master is taking all the reins in disguise. Okay? He is helping me. And if a man has got no wisdom, he will be defeated in every front. He will be defeated. Maybe he is very rich and very strong and stout, very big body and very stout and beautiful, and so much merrymakings are floating around him. But he is defeated. He is going down and down. So that's why grace of the master, the knowledge of the master protects us in every front of our life, not in this life, but always, always, always.